Up next on End of the Day Beer Review, we're going to go back to 2021 and we are going to look at Goose Island's Bourbon County brand Cherrywood Stout, and this comes in at 14.2% ABV. Check it out. Three, two, one. Hi everybody, it's Rich and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'd love for you to hit that subscribe button. If you like the review, please hit that like button. Gonna go back in time to 2021 and we are going to be looking at a Goose Island offering. This is Bourbon County brand Cherrywood Stout. Now, I had this when it originally came out and I really liked it. I'm sort of interested to see how it has aged. It is now 2023. This was actually bottled on August 26th of 2023, and it's coming in at 14.2% ABV. So I'm sort of excited to see how it's held up. If I remember it correctly, it was a little bit smoky. There was like a little bit of a dark cherry sort of flavor to it. It was really, really interesting. It was very oaky, at least I thought. Even maybe a little bit of caramel or toffee or something like that. I remember this beer really well because I liked it a lot. And I have out my Goose Island glass from actually, I think this is 2016 vintage glass. So let's crack this open. And you know, just like with almost every Bourbon County I open in the bar, immediately you start getting an aroma. And it's that barrel, it's that bourbon aroma that suddenly starts to fill the bar. And I mean, I haven't even poured it yet, so that's pretty impressive. Let's give it a pour. Now this is coming out a very, very dark brown. In fact, I would say almost black, almost viscous, and it's like syrupy. It is now completely filling the bar with that aroma of bourbon. Let's give, if you look, not much of a head there. In fact, not much of a head at all. Although I do see a fingerprint on top of the glass. So let me see if I can wipe that away. Some serious legs though. It is clinging to the glass quite nicely. And it is also a little bit of lacing there. Let's check the nose. You know, every time I open a Bourbon County and I, you know, do the check the nose on it, I'm always amazed at the depth of just aroma that comes in here. I'm getting that very typical Bourbon County smell, a lot of the bourbon, a lot of the oakiness of the barrel, sort of a chocolatiness to it that's there. This one has a little more smoke to it than I'm used to from a Bourbon County, not used to than I would expect. So yeah, I'm getting, again, the bourbon is all up front on this, followed by a little bit of a sort of a chocolatiness, and definitely the cherry. I think the cherry is still there. I think there's still that hint of cherry in the nose. All right, so I remember liking this variant a lot, so let's do the most important thing. Let's actually see how it tastes. And that's stunning. Yeah, that's excellent. So first off, for 14.2%, there's no alcohol burn at all. This is a dangerous, dangerous beer. You could slowly drink this. There's, oh wow, this has held up really beautifully. The bourbon on the front end of this is beautiful. It's mellow, along with that sort of oakiness of the wood. On the back end, I'm still getting the cherry flavor that this is sort of named after. There's just a hint of that like cherryish red fruit that's there. This is a beautiful beer. And I mean, it's sort of like the bourbon, and then there's some chocolate in there, and then again, there's just that hint of cherry on the back end, and it is so enjoyable. It is thick, it coats the mouth really nicely. The flavor stays there, which I really, really like. It doesn't fade off the palate very quickly. Even now, 2 sips in, I'm still not really feeling any sort of alcohol burn, which is very impressive for 14%. Yeah, this is like drinking a very, very potent dessert, if you will, between that bourbon front end, that sort of oakiness in the middle, that very hint of cherry, and there's a sweetness there that I want to say is like almost that it's either a chocolate sweetness. I remember distinctly that there was some sort of like toffee or caramel flavor to this, just very faint initially. That's not there. But I will also say that this has mellowed a great deal, because I do remember initially when I drank this, and I didn't review it when it just came out, at least I don't think I did, it was a little harsh, and this has really mellowed beautifully. In fact, here I am 3 significant sips into this, and I'm only just now starting to get a little of that alcohol burn in the throat. So, you know, like, this is a beautiful, beautiful beer. Now, you know, as Goose Island has become more and more available, I have seen that a lot of the variants tend to hang out on the shelves longer than I expected. And quite frankly, I'm pretty sure I saw one of these in my local distributor just sitting on a shelf. And if I did, I'm probably going to go back and I'm going to pick it up to replace this one, because this one is phenomenal. It's really just an outstanding beer. And once again, I think Goose Island did it. Well, you know, quite frankly, I have had very few bad experiences with the Goose Island Stout line, the Bourbon County Stout line. I mean, I think I was not a fan of the licorice one that came out this year, but generally all of the other variants have been really, really good. And here's a variant that's 2 years old, and it has mellowed and gotten more up. Now I'm getting a little bit of the alcohol burn. It's mellowed and just turned into this beautiful, beautiful beer that you could easily sip for quite some time, because I'm sure as this warms up, the flavor is also going to change and develop. Yeah, that is just gorgeous. If it's available in your area, or if you're interested, because I know there is a secondary market for this stuff, this is definitely one to look for. On the range of Goose Islands, I would not put it up as high as I found like the Cola Stout from a couple years ago, or I would not put it up as high as, let's say, last year's Sir Isaac Stout, but it's right below that. This is beautiful. Let's see. Subtle notes of stone fruit, dark cherries, and light wood tannins. And yeah, you know what? I see it. I do. I see it. It's all there, and it's all still there after being, you know, cellared for the last 2 years. So if you get a chance to check it out, once again, this is Goose Island's Bourbon County brand Cherrywood Stout, and this is a 2021 vintage. So they're probably not super available, but if you do come across one or you see one sitting on the shelf, I would definitely pick it up, check it out. I luckily still have, I think, 2 in the back cellared. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this is going to develop over time. Anyway, with that, I'm going to sit back and enjoy the rest of this on what is a very nice Sunday afternoon, and this will take me into Sunday evening and dinner. I hope you enjoyed the review. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe. If you've tried this, love to hear your feedback on this particular beer. Maybe, you know, it hasn't lived up to what you expected. For me, this is a home run. And again, if you see it, this is one I would grab immediately. And, you know, I would probably hang on to it. If you grab more than one, I would, just to see how it cellars as well. But yeah, this is one of those ones that I will really, really enjoy as the evening goes by. Anyway, folks, if you liked the review, hit that like button, subscribe, comment below, and I will see you next time on this.